Hello guys, welcome back to my channel once again. Today this is CN Honor on the screen and you are watching CN Great Counsels and Forex Trade, and this is how I trade. That is exactly the title of this very video. I want to quickly take some trade now before I'll give you the analysis. Now remember that I told you in one of my videos that trend line is one of the most respected trading pattern on boom and crash. It respects trend line a lot. That is, boom and crash respects trend line a lot. Now I drew a trend line in one of the videos I made early last month. That's in the month of July. I drew trend line, a major trend line on daily time frame, and I've been using that trend line to trade for like weeks now, because whatever the market is doing will be revolving right inside the trend line that I drew. Now if you look very well, you see that there are major trend lines, okay, this particular one, okay, and then the twin trend line upside, okay. Now whatever the market has been doing over the weeks, roughly 1 month now, has been right inside this trend line, okay. Now I think that trend line was drawn on yes, it was drawn on a weekly time frame, and I've been using it to trade for weeks, almost a month now. Right inside the trend line, or within the big trend line that you're seeing, okay, the market have been revolving around here, okay, around here for roughly a month or a month plus now. Right inside the big trend line, there are there are smaller trend lines that I drew right inside of it when I moved to lower time frames, okay. When I moved to lower time frames. Now you remember I just took some trades and we're already in profit of some cents, okay. Now this signal, I picked it from 1 hour time frame because I spotted a move. Now I looked at the market, it spiked, it just spiked, okay, but never mind, this market is pushing down and it's gonna come down and retest this trend line, okay. There's no doubt about that. It's gonna happen that same way. Just forget about the spike, okay. Now you need to really look at the bigger picture of the market. That is one secret, okay. Remember, the title of this video is how I trade. Now you start making better profit from the financial market when you start looking at the bigger picture of the market, okay. Now you don't though that will entail you swing, okay, but you can swing with any amount or any account size, including $5 account size, including $5, $10, $15 account. You can swing it with it. All you need is to know the house. All you need is to know when to look at the chart, what to look at the chart, and where to look at the chart, okay. These are very, very important things for you to note before you start trading and making consistent profit, especially as a swinger, okay. Now why did I take this trade? I looked at it. Remember that this is 1 hour time frame and the market is making a kind of a higher highs, okay. These higher highs, higher high, higher high, higher high. Actually, on 1 hour time frame, the market is ranging around that area while also making higher highs, and that higher highs, it's respecting this trend line. You discover that it made a touch, okay, somewhere here. Okay, let's start from here. Okay, the market was on a bearish move, and then when it got to this point, it started ranging, okay. It got to this point, it moved up, okay, it touched the trend line, came down, revolved, okay, rallied round, and then came down, touched the trend line downwards, and spiked, went up, touched it here, but came down, spiked and went up, touched it here, came down, okay, and then it ranged for a while here, made a bullish move, and then touched this trend line. So it's most likely coming down to retest the trend line. Remember that the overall direction of the market, okay, if you go to 4 hours time frame, you discover that the market is actually ranging around this area. Okay, this area is ranging around this area, but even at that, the overall direction of the market from the 1 week time frame, it's bullish. Okay, it's bullish. If you look inside this trend line, the major trend line, you discover that the market is making kind of higher highs, okay, higher highs and higher lows, okay, higher highs, higher lows, okay. That's what the market is making here, but then it's respecting or doing all of that within the trend line, whether the big trend line or the small trend line on 1 hour time frame, it's respecting the trend line. So and I discovered that the market, okay, ranged, and then it finally broke the trend line that I drew on 15 minutes time frame. Okay, I drew a trend line on 15 minutes time frame when I discovered this movement around this area. Look at it here. So I drew the trend line when the market position was somewhere here. I drew the trend line. Okay, I drew this trend line, but it finally broke it. Okay, now moving upwards, it broke it here. It broke it right here. It broke it here. Okay, now when I looked at it that it broke that place, I looked at the bigger picture of the market and I discovered that the big trend line is gonna be respected. Okay, the big trend line that I drew from 1 hour time frame. Remember, this is not the bigger trend line that you can see on the weekly time frame. Okay, I have basically 3 trend lines here. Okay, 3 sets of trend line. The bigger one drawn from the weekly time frame, then the second to the biggest drawn from the 1 hour, and then the very smaller one, or the smallest, drawn from the 15 minutes time frame. So when I discovered that this very trend line was broken, and then it's made a bullish move to test the trend line that was drawn from the 1 hour time frame, I discovered that it's been respecting a particular trend on 1 hour time frame, respecting a particular trend line on 1 hour time frame. If you look from here, look at it here, there was a bearish move here. Okay, when it got to this point, it ranged and then made a touch on this trend line drawn from the 1 hour time frame, came down. Okay, you understand? And then it touched it here, again, that's here, and then came down. Okay, look at it here, touched here, respected it downwards, came up, respected it upwards, bounced off again. Okay, bounced off here, came down, ranged, it didn't touch downwards again, it ranged. The momentum upwards was so high that it had to move up again to touch this very trend line. Remember, this trend line was drawn from the 1 hour time frame. Then it decided to still bounce off and it's coming down. Now we were supposed to enter the trade somewhere here, okay, somewhere here at this second bearish candle, but we were late, although I'm taking my signal from the 1 hour time frame, and we were also supposed to, this is the place we're supposed to enter the trade. Okay, at the introduction of this second bearish candle. Okay, bearish candle. Now remember that I hardly trade without having fractals on my chart. Okay, now if you look very well, you discover that the fractals actually peaked those moves by the market. It picks the higher highs that the market is making now, and at the close of this bullish candlestick, fractal was introduced on it. Okay, at the close, remember this is a rejection candle because it has a wick. Now it was introduced on this rejection candle, signifying that price has been rejected upwards. Okay, and the market is gonna push down, even if not for a long time. I'm pretty sure it's gonna get to somewhere here. Okay, somewhere here. So this is basically gonna be my first TP before this support zone. Okay, this is a support zone. Okay, though not really a major one, but my first TP is gonna be here. Remember that I took 2 trades. Now I may decide to reduce the size of the trades or the size of the position by taking partial profit, and then that's gonna be somewhere here. Then my second TP will be at this trend line or before the trend line. Okay, before this trend line downwards. So I'm gonna pause this video and then I'll come back very much later to see how the market goes. All right, please stay with me and do subscribe to this channel and hit the notification bell so that whenever I upload a new video, you'll be the first to watch it. All right, welcome back, guys. We are still on the trade, and this is after some time, after a long while. It's over 30 minutes and we are still on the trade. We're in profit, although the market's backed against us for some time. But just know that sometimes you may have to stay in the market for a longer time. Okay, because in most cases the market does not just go directly your way. It may have to pull back a little before going your way. So the understanding of this helps you to be patient with the market. If you have made your analysis and you are sure of the trade that it's a high probability trade, you have to exercise patience and don't kick yourself out of the market, maybe out of fears and uncertainties. Of course, this is Forex, and you have to really know that. And let me quickly, this video is not going to be very long. It's not going to be long, but remember that I do say in my videos that your ability to spot what the market is doing early enough helps you to take advantage of the market, and that's exactly what we did. Remember, this is one of my winning strategies, trend line strategy. Okay, and like I said earlier, the market, boom and crash, obeys trend line. If you're able to spot a valid one just like this one, it has to be obeyed. It has no option. It has to be obeyed, and that's what we are seeing here. That's what is playing out here right now. Now, let me quickly make further analysis before I'll say goodbye for today. Now, I did tell you that I made this trend line over a month ago, and the market has been respecting this trend line, and I've been trading for weeks within this trend line drawn from the weekly time frame. Now, if you look very well, you will agree with me that this trend line is being obeyed over time, right from here to here to here to here to here to here for almost, now let's check when it started. Okay, this is actually okay, this is actually since 2020, since December 2020, this trend line has been obeyed, okay, up to this moment, and it's yet to break it. It's yet to break it. Now, that is having a bigger picture of the market from a higher time frame. But you remember, I picked my signal from the 1 hour time frame. Now, I also said earlier on that I have trend lines within the bigger trend line, within the biggest trend line. Now, I have a trend line that was drawn from the daily time frame. Look at it here. This particular one was drawn from the daily time frame. Okay, and this is the second of it, the twin of it from the daily time frame. Now if you look very well, you discover that my trend line picked the fractals actually picked the touching points for my trend line. This is weekly time frame. Just look at the trend line, you see that the fractal picked the highs and lows. Now the daily, the same thing applies, okay? And then the 1 hour time frame where I took my signal for this trade, look at it very well, you discover that the fractals picked the highs and lows, okay, giving me where to place my trend line. Look at it here, look at it here, look at it here, look at it here, okay? Now if you look at the recent move, this was a bearish move before this structure that is being developed on 1 hour time frame. You discover that it has made a touch on the trend line upwards, 1. You can take the whole of this to be 2, and this is 3. But downwards, it has made only 2 touches. This is 1, this is 2. So I'm also, that's another confirmation. I'm expecting the market to push down to make a 3rd touch on the trend line downside. And that's when we begin to look at it, whether it will break the trend line downwards, pushing down, or reverse to touch the trend line upwards for the 4th time and most likely break it to push up, okay? And that is exactly why our TP1 is going to be somewhere here, and then our TP is going to be, that TP2 is going to be before the trend line downwards. And remember that our stop loss is supposed to be above this high here, okay? That's a logical point for us to place our stop loss, but I didn't do that before. So what we're going to do now, we entered the trade a bit late, 1 candlestick late. We're supposed to enter here, okay? By now our profit would have been higher than this, okay? It just spiked again, but never mind, the market is pushing that. So I'm gonna, since it's spiking around that area, I'm gonna go to my lower time frame, which is 15 minutes time frame, and then look at another logical place to put our stop loss. So now we discover that the market spiked somewhere around here, okay? Now we're going to put our stop loss above this recent high, recent price rejection, where you have this very last fractal introduced. We're going to place our stop loss here, and then I'll place my TP1 and TP2, and I will say goodbye for today, okay? So our stop loss is going to be 11156.3, okay? 11156.3, 11156.3, okay? And you modify. All right, and again 11156.3, okay? 11156.3, and you modify. So I'm gonna put my TP1, and that's gonna be when we go to 1 hour time frame, okay? My TP1 is gonna be somewhere here, which is 11089.4, 11089.4, 11089.4. Then my TP2, this is about 2:1 or 1:2 ratio, okay, which is very, very nice. Then my TP2 is gonna be somewhere before the trend line, okay, which is going to be okay, let's take here 11008.2, 11008.2, 11008.2, okay? That's my TP2. So guys, I'm gonna say goodbye for today, but that's basically how I trade trend line, and this is one of my winning strategies. Remember that your ability to spot what the market is doing at any point in time helps you to take advantage of the market. Meanwhile, if you are yet to subscribe to this channel, please kindly do so. It doesn't take you anything extra to do so. Hit that subscribe button, turn on the notification bell so that whenever I upload a new video, you'll be the first to watch it. Also share this video with other traders and give it a thumbs up like so that I'll be able to reach larger audience. So this is CN Great Counsels signing out for today, and talk to you in my next video. Bye.